One of the best parts of my job is what's called the Atlas Adventure. Well, what is an Atlas Adventure? Once we get a nurse on an assignment, we get together as the recruiter and the nurse and decide what is something fun that they're going to want to do while on assignment. So one of my travelers this year, I got on assignment and we started kicking around the idea of the Atlas Adventure. So we took our time, we had many discussions, and Jennifer then kicked out the idea that she's going to get married in London, England. So we used her Atlas Adventure to throw a tea party in London. I've seen photos and it looked amazing, and I'll let her tell the story, but I know it turned out pretty awesome.
I first started working with Atlas in January of this year. I was concerned about finding a contract in the city that I wanted, which was Chicago, and for the shift that I wanted. But my recruiter, Matt, brought up the Atlas Adventure pretty quickly, in part because my RTOs included time off for my wedding, and my wedding was planned to be a destination wedding in London. So I think, travel nursing on top of destination wedding and the Atlas Adventure kind of all run together and got Matt excited. And I got excited because my parents had never left the country before. So part of the reason why we were getting married in London is because my now husband went to graduate school there, and I lived there part of that time with him. So it had a lot of memories for us. It's a sweet spot in our heart, and we wanted to share it with our friends and family. And in sharing it meant my parents getting passports and my mom leaving the country for the first time. So it was a big deal for them to do the trip in general, but also their only daughter's wedding. And I felt a little bit of pressure to show them a really good time. I wanted them to know and love the place that I'd come to know and love. So Matt bringing that up early on started turning my wheels of how can we make this special and kind of give back to my parents, because they've been by my side as I became a nurse and taken on the travel nurse experience and all of that. So of course, there's a lot of things that you can do for fun in London with the generosity of the Atlas Adventure. It's not a little gift by any means. So I thought, the London Eye is the Ferris wheel that a lot of people go on, which we did end up doing. But one of the things I wanted to do that I never did when I lived there was to go to tea time, have English tea. And I knew my parents would like it because they're just little sandwiches and little desserts. And you, of course, have the tea too, and maybe a boozy, cocktail-y brunch. But it's just overall a good time. It's a nice excuse to dress up in the middle of the day to go to a fancy place and eat cute little desserts and sandwiches. And my sister-in-law also came on the trip. So we're all from small town Midwest. It was also her first time leaving the country, and just really special to see all of them kind of have this, for a lot of people, a once in a lifetime experience to go to such a fancy place and have such an unusual experience at a time when they were out of the country for the first time. The tea time that I chose was called the Sketch, and it's in the center of London and in this giant pink room with some yellow accents. It's a very Instagrammable and very cutesy girly place. And they had a string quartet in the corner playing classical versions of pop songs. And so they played a classical version of a Taylor Swift song, which my sister-in-law and I love. We were in this kind of magical land, this TV show experience, I guess, for a little bit. They also, one of my favorite things about going to restaurants and bars is to go to the bathrooms to see if they have a cool bathroom. And this place had the coolest bathroom ever because it was up this grand split staircase, and you walk into this room that had translucent light, very bright, and each toilet was an egg in the middle of the room. So there were just a bunch of egg-shaped structures, and you had to find almost like a trap door to it to enter into the individual stall. And they had rainbow lighting on the ceiling, and my sister-in-law and I just were giggling the whole time. I think we spent 15 minutes in the bathroom. We were those people that were taking pictures and just really soaking it all up. You know, the waiters have tuxes on and they're just calling you sir and madam. And my dad, who never takes off his baseball cap, has taken it off, and he's just looking around at everything like what a totally different world. So I had a great time and I thought it was really fun, but my family and my parents especially, it was a special part of our trip that I don't think that they'll ever forget. So I was grateful for Matt and the whole Atlas experience team to give us that opportunity, because initially I was choosing between one or two different activities to take them on, and again, just the generosity of Atlas made us not have to choose. They were able to go on the London Eye, but specifically the sketch to go to sketch tea time as a family and have this experience that we probably won't ever have again.